everyone and welcome to a very magical video. Today, as I'm uploading this, it is the 1st of September and we all know what that means. Today it is time to go back to Hogwarts. A new school year is starting and, well, the Hogwarts Express leaves today on the 1st of September as always. And yeah, I'm all packed and ready. I've got my wand, I got a notebook, I probably have a Marauders map somewhere. But yeah, since it's a special day, I thought I would celebrate it with a special Harry Potter video. So last year on the 1st of September I did a video about my ranking of all the Harry Potter books. So that's why today I'm going to do another ranking, but today I'm going to rank all the Harry Potter movies. I have of course seen the Harry Potter movies many times. I love them. I always love watching them. I usually watch them about once a year. And yeah, I have been rewatching them again lately. And I thought it would be fun to do like another ranking and put them in order from like least favorite to favorite movie. This ranking is definitely different than my ranking of the books because I think the films just are different in a lot of ways. And I will also say that I'm always a Harry Potter book fan first. Like, the Harry Potter books are my babies. I love them so much. I will always think the books are better than the films. So when I do this ranking, I will keep in mind like what I think of the book, because if they do something I love very much from the book not that well, I will instantly dislike that movie more. But I think that's actually the wrong way of saying that, because there's not a single Harry Potter movie that I actually dislike. I love them all. So when I say ranking them from worst to best, I actually mean least favorite to favorite. I love them all. There's not a single Harry Potter movie that I don't like. It's like my all-time favorite film series. It's just the adaptation of my all-time favorite books, so they will always have a very special place in my heart. But yeah, I have been rambling for long enough now, so let's just get started with this video and then I'm going to share with you my ranking of all 8 of the Harry Potter movies. On number 8 I have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I think this is my least favorite Harry Potter film because I think it's just the most boring one. Like with the book as well, Half-Blood Prince is very much a setup for the final book, like the final chapter in the entire story. But whilst in the book we get a lot of like new information and a lot of very exciting new things, the film is just a lot more boring and a lot more meh in my opinion. This is of course also the like book or film where there's a lot more romance, and I don't think they handled it very well in the movie. There's just not really a lot of chemistry. I didn't always believe it. I also really dislike the edit scene with the burrow, because Half-Blood Prince, it's a very long book, so they had to leave out a lot from the book in the movie, but then they go and add this like pointless scene that's just weird to me. It also creates a lot of plot holes, because if the burrow is like that easy to get to, then like in the book it's really a point that it's not. So it's hard to explain without spoiling, but I really dislike that edit scene. Also, like, Half-Blood Prince is a very dark movie, like very literally, just every scene is very dark. And I get that it's supposed to be like that a little bit. I get that the weather has to be a lot more like dark and gloomy, but still it would be nice to have a bit more of a colorful scene every once in a while. So yeah, Half-Blood Prince, it's definitely my least favorite of the Harry Potter movies. I still enjoy it very much, I still like it, but like my main complaint is that it's just boring compared to the others. Then on number 7 I have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets is my least favorite Harry Potter book, and it's like my second least favorite movie. Like, I still again love it. Some of the things that I love is like a Kenneth Branagh, is that how you pronounce it? But anyway, as Gilderoy Lockhart, like that is amazing. It's such an amazing actor and I love how he plays that role. And of course I also love Dobby. Like, Dobby has a special place in my heart and I loved seeing him in the movie. So yeah, I still always enjoyed Chamber of Secrets, but overall I think it's a little bit too long, and it's just like, I think it's also because the book is my least favorite book, so it's just like my least favorite story. And also the first 2 films are still very childish and like very accurate to the book, but there's not a lot of excitement. And it's also not very fast paced. Sometimes it's a bit slow, and yeah, I still love it, but because of the story and because of like how everything is done, and the special effects also aren't the best yet, because of course it was made a long time ago. So yeah, I have Chamber of Secrets on number 7. Like, still, I cannot emphasize it enough. I love all the movies, but yeah, it's just not the best in my opinion. And then on number 1 I have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This is of course the first movie. It's the movie that started it all, that really brought like Harry Potter to the big screen, and that's why it will always have a special place in my heart, because this movie is just full of like iconic lines and scenes, and of course you're a wizard, Harry, like who doesn't know that? And I just love it. It's so incredibly cute and sweet, and like all the actors are still so young and adorable. But yeah, a lot of the issues I have with it are the same as with the second film. It's still relatively slow. It's very accurate to the book, but like not very exciting. Like they don't try anything like new. And again, the special effects, especially like in some scenes, are really not that good. But I can understand that, of course, because it was made in what, like 2001, 2000? But I will always place Philosopher's Stone higher than Chamber of Secrets, because it has such a like huge nostalgic value, and yeah, I just always love it, and it always makes me happy to watch it, and it's just such a cute movie. Then on number 5 I have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This might come as a surprise to some of you, because if you have seen my ranking of the Harry Potter books, Goblet of Fire is my all-time favorite Harry Potter book. It's my like favorite book in general. I love Goblet of Fire, the book, so much, so that's probably why it would have been hard for the movie adaptation to impress me, like no matter what. And yeah, that's also my biggest complaint with Goblet of Fire, is that they had to leave so much out of the story in the movie. And like, I get it, I totally get it, because it's a very big book. They cannot put everything into the movie, because otherwise it would be like 6 hours long. And the stuff they did leave in the Goblet of Fire movie, I really enjoyed. Like, I think it's really well done, but they just had to leave so much out, like so much good stuff. And I think in this case I just like take it a little bit harder, because I love the book so much. It's my favorite, so I want to see everything I love from that book in the movie, and that's just not possible. But yeah, of course, also a lot of amazing actors in this film, and a lot of like very interesting visual effects, and we get the other schools, and like it's such a fun thing. I really hate though that you don't see the Quidditch Cup game, because it's such an amazing scene in the book, but you don't really see it in the movie. There's like all this build up, and then you don't see anything of it. Also, of course, we have Robert Pattinson as Cedric Diggory, which always makes me laugh now, because I cannot unsee him as Edward Cullen. I used to be a very big Twilight fan, but like that's a whole other story. But yeah, it's definitely, as with the book, a very serious film. It's the first one that sort of changes the game within the Harry Potter story. And yeah, I still love it very much, but I'm just very sad about all the things from the book that didn't make it into the movie. Also, this is the film that I'm always like, this is the film where all the characters have longer hair, because like Harry and Ron and the Weasley twins all have longer hair, and then in the next film they all get a haircut. So I always think about that somehow. Like, Goblet of Fire is the film where they all have longer hair somehow. Then on number 4 I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So I wholeheartedly agree with the decision to split the last book into 2 movies, because I really think it could not have done the book justice if they hadn't done that. And yeah, I love Deathly Hallows Part 1 because it's really like the most grown-up film. It's the beginning of the end. And with this film you really notice that there's a lot more time to dedicate to certain stuff in the books. I will say though, like sometimes it's a little bit slow, and that's probably why it's not like on number 1 or something. And of course in this film the special effects are also a lot better, and I really love the scene where like Daniel Radcliffe has to play 7 different Harry Potters in the same room. It always makes me laugh. And yeah, as I said, sometimes it's a little bit slow, sometimes like these scenes with the camping are a little bit boring, but overall a very good movie, and I love it very much. Then on number 3 I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This is of course the end, the film that ended it all. I have this one higher than Part 1 because I think Part 2, it's just better, but also because it's the ending, and I always love endings even when they're heartbreaking like this film. There are so many emotional moments in this film, but also a lot of like small funny moments and things that you really appreciate if you're like a big Harry Potter fan. And all these amazing actors from the previous films are back again, and it's amazing and so emotional, and like the last scene always gets me. And as I said, I'm really happy that they split the last book into 2 movies, because now with part 2 you really have the time for the ending that like this movie franchise deserves. It doesn't feel rushed, but it doesn't feel slow. There's definitely a lot more action in this one, and yeah, I love it. I love it a lot, and I will always get emotional when I watch it. So now we're getting to the top 2, so it's getting exciting. And on number 2 I have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I love this movie so much, like so much. It was the first one within the franchise to get a different director, and like the style is entirely different and it's a lot more like adult, and I love that so much. I'm so happy that they did that, because as I said, the first 2 films are cute, but they can feel a little bit childish at times, at least to me. So I love what they did in Prisoner of Azkaban. There are some changes from the books, some things are a little bit different, but it works, and I love that they tried something out with this film. And yeah, it just looks beautiful. It's like the Dementors also are very scary. Like they scared the hell out of me when I first saw it, and I was still like 7 years old or something. Yeah, it's really the first movie within the franchise that takes a step to a new direction, and I really love that direction, and it's just so much Harry Potter, and yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite films. But my absolute favorite Harry Potter film, my number 1, is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I think overall Order of the Phoenix is just the best movie, because it has everything, and overall it's just the best complete story. Like, it's weird because Order of the Phoenix is the biggest book, so they had to leave a lot of stuff out, but still it's a lot less annoying to me in this film than with Goblet of Fire. I think they did a way better job with making this like a complete story, and like overall still containing the feeling of the book than they did with Goblet of Fire. And also, again, as I said, Goblet of Fire is my favorite, so maybe that's like a personal issue, but I don't know. And yeah, Imelda Staunton as Umbridge is the best thing ever. Like, it's the best thing ever. I mean, Umbridge is horrible, but she plays it so incredibly well. Like, so incredibly well. It's just, she's terrifying, she's horrible, you instantly hate her because she's that good in the role. And of course also Ivana Lynch as Luna Lovegood, I also really love her. She's also exactly as I had imagined the role. Yeah, to me Order of the Phoenix is just the best film overall. It has funny moments, it has all the important stuff from the book, it has a lot of action scenes, of course. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I've recently watched it again. I love that movie so much. And yeah, in my opinion, it's the best Harry Potter movie. So yeah, I don't know if you agree, but to me, it's the best one. So yeah, that was it for my ranking of all the 8 Harry Potter movies. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. You always seem to enjoy these Harry Potter videos, so yeah, I hope I made you happy with this. And please let me know your rankings down below in the comments, because I really love to see them. Everyone has different opinions on this, and also please let me know if you have the same rankings with the movies as with the books. For me it's different, but maybe for you it's the same. And yeah, as I said, the books will always be better to me, but still the movies are amazing, and yeah, I just love watching them, and it's just, Harry Potter is the best thing ever, isn't it? But yeah, this was it now for this video, and if you like this video, please go subscribe or give it a thumbs up, because I would really appreciate that. I am ready now to leave for Hogwarts, so then I'll hopefully see you again in my next video. Bye!